What? Stomping what?
No, I don't have that. No.
Welcome to our last vlog of 2022.
I was just about to say 2023 because
No,
I've been looking at
you're
things for
already
next
on
year. Okay, yeah.
We hope you're all really well and you've had a lovely December so far. We have put together this vlog. We basically decided that we wanted to do a list of our favourite things to do in winter, or favourite things about winter. So we've each got 5 things, which we're going to talk to you about, which will be accompanied by some footage throughout the vlog. So we hope you enjoy it. So what are your favourite 5 things about winter?
So the first on my list is trees. I've decided, you don't know this, but I've decided I'm going to change career. I'm going to go from floristry to forestry. Because I'm obsessed with trees and it's like I haven't even noticed them before. I have noticed them before, obviously, but I'm really into them in a big way.
Is this because of the book that I bought you?
So Al bought me this book for my birthday.
I'm taking credit for this decision.
This beautiful
momentous
book
life decision.
For my birthday, which is called Story of Trees and How They Change the Way We Live. And I've just started reading it, and it sort of profiles all different trees and their where they grow, their origin, their common names, etc., etc., and sort of really interesting facts about different trees, basically. And I think in the same way as flower arranging changed how I look at plants, in that now every time I pass a garden, I'm looking at the plants in the garden and wondering what the name is and how they grow. I started looking at trees in the same way, and we've got so many beautiful ones around here where we live in West London. So trees, silhouettes, how they look, how they've been changing. Like you'll see in the footage, the weather here has done this beautiful descent into winter here. So it was quite mellow and autumnal, it was the last of the leaves coming off. Then it got really frosty and they had this amazing glittering frost over all the branches. And now we've just had snow. So it's, they're just laden with little snowy drifts all over the branches at the moment, and it's just magical. So trees are my number one thing in winter to look at. Second one is gardens. Like I said, I'm always peeking into people's gardens and seeing what they're growing. And at this time of year, I'm loving the sort of gentle collapse of everything, and also seeing how much people do. Like a lot of people don't do very much with their gardens in winter. Some people have gardens where they've obviously planted things to give them a bit of winter colour or interest. Others are just totally sort of wild by now and they've just sort of let them go. It's quite interesting seeing how much work people are doing in gardens during the winter. So gardens, even in the winter when it doesn't seem like there's much going on, still one of my favourite things. The third thing is vlogging, which we're quite relatively new to, and filming in general, and just absolutely loving capturing things on film. And I think
it's a new way of looking at things, isn't it? As opposed to still photography.
Still photography. I think our vlogs are kind of, or we would like them to be, we hope that that's the feeling you get, is there an insight into how we see things around us and how flower arranging has helped us to notice plants and notice trees and gardens and plants along the street and little moments of beauty that are out there for us to enjoy all the time. So vlogging, for me this winter has been really, really enjoyable. Number 4 is a bit of a curveball. If you know us already, you'll know, or if you've worked with us in the studio or come to a workshop, you might know that we're huge Taylor Swift fans. Bit of a curveball, but we We're Swifties. We love Taylor Swift, and she's just released a new album called Midnights, and it's incredible. Just
My husband is horrified by the fact that
my
we love
husband
Taylor Swift.
loves Taylor Swift.
He's a real man.
Yeah. he knows the words better than I do. So yeah, we've been listening to the new album.
It's
and
great. It's
listening to it in the van on the drive to the garden from London down to Hampshire, where we grow our flowers. So it's been keeping us going on those journeys, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. So that's my 4th thing, and my 5th thing is going to the pub.
Yeah.
Going to the pub, getting in, it's all cosy and warm, and they've got all their Christmas decorations up. And the other night we met Zeph, lovely Zeph, hello Zeph, for a pint of Guinness in our local pub, and it's just a lovely atmosphere, and just a very sort of homely, nurturing.
Sitting by the fire. It's nice to walk through the dark, isn't it? And then reach the pub and feel like you've achieved something by walking there in the dark, and then
really
you see the glow
of
the pub, and also having very young children. It's
everyone's in the pub with young children, apparently.
That's where everyone is.
So yeah, that was
4 o'clock on a Friday night.
Those are my 5 things.
Very nice.
What are yours?
Okay. Number 1, stompy walks.
Yeah.
It's difficult this time of year for some people. It can be quite a sort of triggering time and quite a melancholy time, I think, going into sort of the coldness of winter and the shorter days. And, I do find it quite difficult every year. I'm such a summer person, and I love heat and I love warmth. And I don't terribly like to be cold very much, so that's one of my ways of just getting out there and just basically marching very fast across parks.
We're not runners, we're marchers.
No, we're marchers. And I love looking into... this is just one of the things I love most about winter, is that it does get dark earlier, and so when you're walking or tramping the streets, as I do, and looking into people's houses, they're all lit up, and so there's this kind of very enticing glow of the warmth of indoors, and I'm such a voyeur in terms of looking into other people's houses, and I'm very nosy to see what they've done with their interiors, so I do love having a look in.
Yeah.
That's and then also this comes under stompy walks though, so
okay,
I have several subcategories. No, smiling at people.
Oh yeah.
Whilst walking. It's a new thing that I'm trying. It's just to always look people in the eye as you walk past them and give them a big smile, and to see who responds to you. A lot of people just look at you with complete suspicion.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You might be, why are you looking? You might be about to mug me or something. I mean, not that I really look like do I look like a mugger?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, that's something I'm trying, and I'm really enjoying it, smiling at strangers. Right, number 2, rituals. I think in the winter you do have to kind of go to the extra effort of making sort of special moments throughout the day, and I love rituals in the winter of things, just small everyday household things, like lighting the fire, lighting a candle, making coffee, putting on red lipstick, setting the table nicely, making a little flower arrangement. I think all of those things are make winter days.
Yeah, and you can make
them.
A flower arrangement from, if you have
Very
a garden
little.
And you can find a few little snippets of things, you can still make something incredibly beautiful and get that feeling that you do in the rest of the year when there's a lot more and it's a lot more abundant. You can still get that feeling, I think, from making something.
Yeah.
Less is more anyway.
Less is more. It's very true. Number 3, architecture. Again, just on these long, stompy marching walks. I just love, London. I love London in the autumn and the winter, and I think we have so much incredible architecture here, just all crammed together, and different vernaculars of architecture, like modern mixed with Victorian, mixed with Tudor. It's just the most amazing. I've been walking around the city recently, and just noticing all these incredible different buildings and just looking up and taking it all in. It is an incredible city.
Yeah.
Very beautiful city.
It's a beautiful city.
Number 4, cutting logs.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got my technique down to a fine art for cutting wafer thin kindling. To
Maybe
get my
I
fire
should
going.
go into forestry and you should go into logging. No. Not.
Well, let's talk about that later. I love the feeling of like self-sufficiency that it gives you, lighting a fire and creating your own warmth. And I've always wanted to be the kind of woman that could like change my own tyre.
That hasn't happened.
I can't
No.
yet, but it's on my bucket
That's
list of
okay.
things to do before I depart this earth. Pop my clogs. And 5 is reading and writing. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? Cozying up indoors. The two are totally inextricably linked for me. I find I can't write if I don't read.
Yeah.
And I've usually got 2 books on the go. Usually it's something fictional. I'm really into historical fiction at the moment. And that's like light reading for recreational reading, and then usually something to do with work that's like a bit more academic or a bit more kind of meaty.
It's quite
to
funny
do
that
with
you
work
like
research.
historical fiction, because I don't like fiction at all, but I love historical books, but I also love academic. Like anything.
You like
That's
the
why this
drier
is
the
perfect.
better
The
for you.
drier, the drier and more academic and more like you might fall asleep in half a page, the better.
Yeah, you
That's
love
what
that.
I like.
Yeah.
I like a nice, dry read. We're going to talk about books, actually.
Oh yeah,
aren't we?
that's an idea for a future
Yeah.
vlog. I think maybe next
Our
month.
favourite gardening books and
Favourite
flower
floristry books.
Yeah.
So that's me. That's my 5.
Lovely. Well done. So we hope you enjoyed the December vlog. That was just a little, actually not that little, but a sort of insight into the month that was and things that we've been seeing in the garden and on our sort of daily walks out and about. For those of you who might not have watched these before or don't know about our business, we run a flower studio, but we are highly seasonal. So we do a lot of work during the flower growing season, which for us starts in about April, goes through till October, November. And then in the winter we have a sort of quieter period. And then this year we've actually really reined back. We haven't done any retail, we haven't done any Christmas wreaths or Christmas decorations because we are spending time with our families.
Yeah. We didn't take much maternity leave, so we took like 2 months after we had babies because we were so busy, and we're kind of clawing back a bit of time now.
Yeah, which is really nice.
It's a good time to do it.
Yeah, we're really enjoying that. So the things we've been capturing are more sort of home life and things that we're noticing out and about. But we'd love to hear any comments that you have about the vlogs. If you're enjoying them, please let us know. And if you have
please do.
anything that you'd like us to, you'd be interested in us covering, we'll be doing lots more things on flower arranging, growing flowers down in the garden once the season gets underway in spring. That goes without saying, but if there's anything else you're interested in, questions, we've got lots of ideas, so we're excited to keep sharing things with you. We are really looking forward to 2023 because we're opening the doors to our studio again in London. It will have been
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Unbelievably, because of the pandemic, we stopped doing group workshops and we've only recently started doing one-to-one teaching. But next year we're doing group workshops in the studio, which we are so excited about. There's nothing like it, having a room full of people there.
We've got people coming from all over the globe, and I think May is full, but we've got spaces on June, August and September, so
they're going to be really special.
Yeah,
we're very excited about that.
Yeah.
So have a look at our website for all the details if you want to come and visit us in the studio. But otherwise, Merry Christmas. And Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you next year.